He went away from Fredericks and he played his favorite shot. And he's caught, he's out, moved late, but Fredericks goes, caught low down at mid-on. John Snow there moved very late. It looked as if he wasn't even going to go onto the ball, but then realized it was a catch and came forward and held it safely.
Not a very good shot by Roy Fredericks for me, because he'd seen that ball going away from him, and then he tried to play the whip shot from a ball that was going away from him outside the off stump.
And for the first 10 overs of this 40 over per side match, there must be at least 7 fielders, excluding the bowler and the keeper, inside the applicable circle. And that's hit into the covers, and Asif just did not pick up that ball. In fact, that ball struck him. He just did not pick it up. It was a straightforward catch, and a quite amazing incident there as that ball struck straight to Asif, and he was looking somewhere else and the ball struck him. In fact, he just did not pick up that ball.
Because there's been a few alarms this morning. In fact, the first 3 batsmen could have all gone for naught. Quite easy.
It's down to third man. There's a chase here for Dennis Amos in that position as the batsmen come for 2. The last of the International Cup matches. And Asif got a century. Hold him, middle stump, hit right across it. Out goes the middle peg. West Indies now 2-4-9, and Richards going back.
We were talking about before the deep in swing, and Viv Richards trying to hit it through the mid-wicket, mid-on area, hitting with the swing, but leaving the gate open between bat and pad and the ball going through and the middle stump going flying out of the ground. And that's out. And now the West Indies are 2 for 9. It's going to be hard work batting out there this morning.
Off the pad.
This is the time when you slow your pace down and let the ball do the work for you and try to bowl straight.
And he's gone to leg stump, hitting across it, so the West Indies in all sorts of trouble. With Greenwich bowled by Proctor, Proctor's second wicket in the over, and the West Indies 3-4-10.
Great delivery this from Mike Proctor, because he pitched it up and then it went late. He induced him into the stroke. Look how late it went. In fact, it went off the pad in the finish to bowling. But that's another wicket, and the West Indies now in a bit of trouble. 3 wickets down for 10.
Well played. 4 runs, the first boundary off the bat for the innings. Slightly overpitched outside the off stump, and Jim Allen cracking it square in the offside. There it is, that left leg out to the leg side, and you'll see him just start to move now. He moves inside his stumps there and plays a glorious shot through extra cover for 4. In the air, but through, down to forward square leg. Snow after it, won't get to it. 4 runs. And that's a fine shot by Lloyd, typical Lloyd shot, lifting it over mid-off for 4 runs. So Mike Proctor a bit expensive in that over, now 3-4-32. And there's the hook, it's gone for 6. over the boundary at deep backward square. Well, it's not very often that you see Jim Allen play the hook shot. And I would say that's the first we've seen from him this season, but he played it very well.
He even hit that with 1 foot off the floor. It really is unorthodox. Look at this. But the end product is right, because it's over the ropes and it's 6 runs.
Barry Richards, of course, and that's driven down the ground. Great shot again by Jim Allen. He really is in superb form this morning, and that was a great shot, driven right down the ground.
Out. Caught by Barry Richards at slip, and Clive Lloyd is gone. A straightforward catch, taken in clever fashion by Barry Richards, and the West Indians are 4-51.
Clive Lloyd won't be very happy with his shot. The ball was a little bit wide, bounced, is going for the cover drive, and Barry Richards just picked it up like shelling a pea and then flipped the ball to Mike Proctor, just as easy as that.
It's in the air and it's out. Tony Greig straight to him, and Jim Allen has gone, and the West Indians are 5 for 55.
Simple catch to Tony Greig, and the West Indies really in trouble now. Jim Allen, who looked to be playing so well, played some beautiful shots, playing that ball on the inside, on the onside, the ball moving away from him a little bit.
Well, absolute disaster that for the West Indians, but Collis King, as he has done so often this summer in limited over games, came in, began to play his strokes right from the word go, and shared a brilliant partnership with wicketkeeper Derek Murray, who is one of the most dependable players in this West Indian side. Asif. Must have been very, very close. Beautifully positioned there, umpire Collins. It's a good piece of umpiring. Derek Murray had to hustle there. Asif Iqbal is one of the great fieldsmen in the world today.
Yeah! And another glorious shot from Collis King. 4 more runs. No need for Barry Richard to chase that. Playing very well indeed, just like he did at in the last World West Indies match here at the showground.
Yeah. And it's sliced away in the air, down to third man. And although he tried to stop it with his boot down there, Dennis Amos couldn't prevent it going for 4. Flicked through the onside. There's that shot which Collis King has played so often this morning. Plenty of risk in that shot, and that's another 4 for him. He's really going great guns now. His 7th boundary. Today he's chosen himself on Wilma. And it's gone down over mid-wicket. That's a well hit by Collis King. 6 runs to him. The shot in the background, 5 for 145. Bowled, he tried it once too often. Looked for that cut shot just once too often. Missed it, and that's the end of a fine innings by Collis King. Bowled by Underwood for 65. And the West Indies now 6 for 146.
Giving himself room and everything to play the shot. Ball pitching on about the off stump, going on a bit with the arm from Underwood. King pretty late on it, and the ball hitting the off stump. And that's the end of a very fine innings from Collis King, which has got a great recovery for the West Indies, and their score is now 6 for 146.
and it's edged, but all the way down to third man. This could well be Murray's first boundary, and it's a long chase down there, and it will be just beating Dennis Amos. You find that you can come back for the second, so you've really got to look for the quick single to start off with, in case the fielder, as we've seen once or twice in this innings, fumbles down at third man or fine leg. Bowled him, missed it completely. So Bob Woolmer, who's had a pretty good spell, ends Bernard Julian's innings. Julian bowled for 7.
No matter what they were trying to do, Bob Woolmer still carried on bowling at the stumps, and that ball just doing a little bit, enough to beat the edge of the bat and striking off and middle. And now the West Indies are 7 for 163. 65, correction.
Oh, what a marvellous catch. No one has any right to be dismissed with a catch like that, and Joel Garner smashing it away through mid-wicket has been picked up by John Snow, who has immediately made up for misjudging the catch earlier in the over. Hit with terrific power by this big man.
And John Snow there bringing off a magnificent one-handed, left-handed catch. That's not his natural hand. And Joel Garner really whacked this in the middle of the bat. And then John Snow. What a superb catch. There's the white ball. Beautiful. And really that is a superb catch. And Joel Garner, I wonder what he's done wrong really, because that had 4 runs written all over it. But that means that the West Indies now are 8 for 170.
Andy Roberts, the new batsman. One for 26. Some good bowling figures there for limited over cricket. And there's another one for Imran. 2 for 26 now, with Derek Murray, the man out, and the West Indian innings all but broken.
Imran Khan in his first over after coming back. Derek Murray trying to run that ball down the third man area where there is nobody, gets the thin edge, and Alan Knott makes no mistake. And the West Indies now 9 for 174 with only Wayne Daniel to come.
Bowl him. And that's the end for the West Indians, and Andy Roberts won't be too pleased about that. And in fact isn't too pleased about it. Giving Wayne Daniel a real burst there for throwing away his innings when they still had overs left. Reminiscent of that 6 that Wayne Daniel hit in Melbourne, but this time no contact, and the West Indian innings finishes at 188, 189 to win for the World 11. For 189 at 4.72 and over didn't seem too big a task for the World 11. They have a massive batting strength there, led by Barry Richards and Dennis Amos, and the West Indians, even though they have a very strong bowling side, look to be up against it. They reckon, though, without that man Andy Roberts, who's been in superb form this summer, and he started a wonderful fast bowling burst against those 2 opening batsmen. Just before that began, here's Bernard Julian coming in now, and he's bowling to Barry Richards.
Beautifully hit. Typical Barry Richards cover drive. Speeding across this fast outfield, 4 runs. And no ball as well, and Richards really taking fullest advantage of it. As a West Indian, I will not comment on the scores which are on the screen there. Of course, the West Indies, with their fighting spirit, recovered. And that's it. Gone, caught, well caught. Second slip by Gordon Greenidge of Andy Roberts. So the first wicket going for the world.
And this, I would imagine, where Andy's been trying to operate to Dennis Amos just around that off stump, perhaps going away a little bit. And Gordon Greenidge, a very good subfieldsman, no trouble in taking that one. This is probably Amos's weakness. You see him jumping off the ground, and that's the big problem with Dennis Amos's technique. Even now he is wearing the helmet.
And Joel Garner is coming on. Clive Lloyd, on every single occasion he has used Bernard Julian in these International Cup matches with a new ball, has let him go all 8 overs, but now he's come off after 2. And that's a fine shot. Down backward at point, 4 runs. Made to look ridiculously easy by Barry Richards.
Richards really does make batting look easy when he's in full flow, and a magnificent example of a square cut, rolling the wrists straight along the ground, beautifully timed. And there's a really close-up shot of the roll of the wrist. Look at that, perfect example for any young player.
And after 6 overs, the world 1 for 16. And it's well taken. Brilliant catch by Clive Lloyd. Andy Roberts bowling that bouncer and having Barry Richards in trouble, and a great catch by Lloyd, wobbly knees and all.
Well, this really is a superb catch, and I read the other day where Clive Lloyd was worried about letting his teammates down. He shouldn't worry when he can take catches like this. Just watch him. Absolutely full stretch, 1.5 feet off the ground. And that was the super cat at his best. And let's not forget the delivery. A very good ball from Andy Roberts. Any ball that gets Barry Richards into trouble is a good one. But there's the super cat at his absolute best.
But so far this season, he really hasn't been at his best. And it's off the top edge, down behind him for 4. Unintentional shot by Majid. He looked for it down at backward square leg, the hook shot.
A delivery from Andy Roberts, getting on to Majid a little bit too quickly. And once again, there may have been a fraction too soon in turning his head.
But Majid out of touch, and he comes up against people like Roberts and Daniel and Garner, and if not those, well, then he comes up against Dennis Lilly and Gary Gilmore and that lot. He's gone. Well, Majid continuing to have this poor run, and Roberts really in superb form, his 3rd wicket, and the world team now 3-4-16.
This has been a brilliant over from Andy Roberts, and it's got the West Indies right back into this game. Majid very suspect on the off stump, and I suppose that if you bowled to most batsmen in the world around about off stump, you could say the same thing about them.
And the world team now 3 for 20. Out, gone. 3 wickets in the over. A maiden and 3 wickets. The last ball, and Roberts absolutely jubilant. So are all the West Indians. The world 11, 4 for 20. Asif Port Murray bowled Roberts, no score. 3 wickets in the over, a maiden. Roberts 4 overs, 1 maiden, 4 for 6.
And that really is a fantastic over. The delivery into the ribs and then one around off stump, and that's absolutely brilliant bowling. Just catching the edge, and that, for a new batsman in, is really a superb piece of bowling.
And that's his 5th wicket. Now he's seen himself go. So that's 5 for 22 now. Correction, 5 for 23. Roberts' 5th wicket. What a magnificent spell of fast bowling here by Andy Roberts. And here's Wilmer.
Delivery going past the outside edge of Wilmer's bat. Just cutting away from him. And one of the great abilities of Andy Roberts is that he makes the batsman play so often